Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM, and Graham Spud McKay is joining me to tell us everything we need to know about the Northern Areas Footy Association. Good to speak with you again, Spud. How are you?
Yeah, g'day, Dan. Really good. We had a frost during the week, but that's not unusual at this time of the year. But we'd like to see a bit more moisture before we get those frosts, but that's not going to happen, I don't think. So the moisture will be coming, but may be June.
Yeah, we'll continue to hope and pray for rain, that is for sure, but it's great to hear that positive attitude. Let's have a look at the Round 5 action in the Northern Areas Footy Association. It was a bit of a dirty day for Jamestown Peterborough. They went down 19-16, 130 was Brighton Mundura's score. JP just 2-1-13, so they went down by 117 points in the end.
Yeah, they had 2-1 at half-time, and they didn't add to that in the second half, which is a little bit disappointing. We always like a club to be able to score a few goals at least, just so it looks a bit better. But Brighton Mundura were just far too good. Ben Greatenbeek was very good, and Ben Price. And for Jamestown Peterborough, Eddie Bray and Greg Farr were probably their best too. So, Jamestown Peterborough got a bit of work to do.
On the plus side, Broughton Mundura, they scored 70 points in the first half and only 60 in the second half. So even though Jamestown Peterborough didn't add to their score after halftime, they did hold their opponents to a lower score. So there is some silver lining there. Let's have a look to our other games, which were a little bit closer. We'll go to BMW beating Southern Flinders 14-6-90 to 9-6-60. A very solid win here for BMW, and they stay undefeated.
Yeah, they did what they had to do there. Southern Flinders only scored a point in the last quarter there, I reckon. And Jack Muirhead was pretty good for BMW, along with Cody Walford, who's having a pretty good season for them. And for Southern Flinders, it's pretty much, as I said the week before, Matt Spenceley, Shane Valentine, Deke Cade, they are the three main players, and they were all in their best players. So, yeah, BMW just a little bit too good.
Southern Flinders just 1-4 for the season, while BMW are undefeated, so they'd have to be pretty happy only going down by 5 goals.
Yes, they would, yes. And it'll be an interesting game coming up tomorrow, so I'll talk about more about that in a minute. But, yes, Southern Flinders seem to be on the right track. I think Scott Brand's doing a good job with them.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that for just a moment, but in the meantime, last game from last week, and this one, clearly the match of the round, despite the inaccurate kicking. Orroroo 11-16-82 over Crystal Brook 9-17-71. Both clubs probably had a few shots they might have liked back, especially Crystal Brook, as they ended up on the wrong end of the result.
Yeah, look, I haven't actually got the quarter-by-quarter scores in front of me, but I reckon that Orroroo only had a goal up until half-time, and then they had a pretty good second half, and the last quarter was pretty tight. I know there was a bit of a problem there at one stage where Orroroo scored a goal to get themselves in front, but it went up on the scoreboard the wrong way around.
Oh, no.
And so some of the Crystal Brook ones thought they'd actually won the game when they'd lost.
Oh, you're kidding. Chaos.
Yes, it was. But anyway, just one of those things that happens in country football from time to time. There are only volunteers on the scoreboard, and it's usually you round up a few colts that might have played in the morning, and you get them to do it. So, just one of those things. But the best for Orroroo, Isaac Moller was very, very good, and Aidan Lee is starting to hit his straps in the ruck there. Very good. And for Crystal Brook, Will Coombe and Jackson Richmond were probably their best too. So all in all, Orroroo would be happy to get away with that. But Crystal Brook know that they are around the mark, just got to perhaps do a few things a bit differently.
Spud, we're coming to the end of National Volunteer Week, and I think that's probably a pretty good reminder, that scoreboard debacle there, that volunteers, they're just doing their best. They're not getting paid to do what they do. So hopefully the attitudes towards the people who made a slight temporary error on the scoreboard there, hopefully there wasn't too much vitriol towards them.
That's right. No, they were all fine.
Very good. All right, well, a good story to cap off National Volunteer Week, and a reminder to be respectful to your volunteers tomorrow out at the footy or whatever sport you're out at tomorrow. Everyone's played everybody once now, so the first round of games as such is all done. And what do you reckon, Spud? It looks like there's a pretty clear hierarchy on the ladder from BMW on the top to JP on the bottom. Everyone's separated by one win from the team directly above or below them.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair comment, I think. Obviously, BMW have got away to a really good start again, and they do want to be able to have another shot at it in the grand final this year. Orroroo probably started a bit better than what they do sometimes early in the season. It's looking pretty much as though it's going to Broughton Mandurah and Southern Flinders would have to improve a fair bit in order to be able to not be Broughton Mandurah out of that fourth spot. So, yeah, it's unfortunately, we'd like to be able to say that there would be upsets around the place, but maybe, barring injuries, that's probably not going to happen.
Never say never. We'll see what happens, and there could be an upset this weekend. BMW are hosting Broughton Mandurah. BMW they've got a target on their back now, undefeated, the best percentage, clearly on top of the ladder, and now that they've played everyone's had a chance to scout them out and maybe figure out a way to beat them. So how do you see this game going tomorrow at Wilmington?
Yeah, the first match was played down at Broughton, obviously, and we thought that Broughton Mandurah might have been a bit of a chance down there. Going up to Wilmington is going to be a hard ask. Kanga, the coach of BMW, is in really good form, along with Cody Wolford, Jack Muirhead, Nick McCullum and Matt Fowlis in defence, give them a solid defence to work with. Whereas Broughton Mandurah, they've been relying heavily on Ben Gatenby to kick goals up forward for them. Ben Price and Hewitt are players that will figure for them, but I reckon BMW will win.
Second placed Orroroo are travelling to Gladstone to take on fifth placed Southern Flinders. Now, when they played in round one, Orroroo only got up by 3 points. Is there another upset brewing here potentially in this one with Southern Flinders now playing at home?
Yeah, I guess the only thing I would say about Orroroo in that first match is that they had about 3 players playing for them that hadn't played before. They didn't know probably know who their teammates were very much. They might know them by name, but I think that's a different story tomorrow. Aidan Lee, he's the best ruckman that is in northern areas at the moment, and he gives Xavier Redden, Darren Hughes, a first look at, and then Ollie Digner and Isaac Moller up in the forward line kick the goals for them. And as I've said about Southern Flinders, they just need a few more other than Matt Spenceley and Shane Ballantyne to do the work for them. So I just see Orroroo as perhaps winning this one tomorrow quite easily.
All right, Orroroo certainly have come a long way in their development since that round one game, so the tip is in for them. And Jamestown Peterborough hosting Crystal Brook for our last game of the round. It was Crystal Brook winning by 10 goals when they met in round one. Can Jamestown Peterborough playing at home reduce that margin this time around?
I don't think they can, unfortunately, because they've lost Nick Rinn now. He's the one that sort of kicks most goals up forward for them. They'll rely heavily on Matt White, Brock Grayson and Max McKay to do the work for them. Whereas Crystal Brook have got Will Coombe, Braden Kirk, Luke Capitol and Joel Millard, a really solid on-ball brigade there. And they welcome back Daniel Hill, who is a big goal kicker for them. Has got a few injury problems at this stage of his career, but has been a great player for Crystal Brook over the years. And I reckon that will give them a pretty big edge there. They'll have Jamestown Peterborough have their time cut out, trying to prevent him from getting a bag full.
Wins predicted for the top 3 teams. We're expecting that gap to widen, but we'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow in the round 6 action. Always good to talk to you on a Friday, Spud. Enjoy all the action. Everyone playing in Northern Areas footy tomorrow. Good luck. Have a great day. And Spud, we'll catch you next Friday.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, let's hope my tips are all wrong and we get 3 up.
Oh, let's hope so. We love to see an upset in country footy, so we'll see. Tomorrow might be the day for it.
Okay, catch you, Dan.